Oh, hey buddies, I'm back. So, for those that don't know, I am the Gamer Blonde over at Instagram. So, to give you some backstory here, I recently bought a house, and of course, the first thing I'm going to do is unbox all of my games and create my dream games room right here in this room. So, I decided I was going to make a little series where I just chat to you guys and unbox my collection together so that we're ready to pack these shelves jam-packed of absolute gaming gems. So, I still don't have a name for this series, so if you guys got any ideas, just drop them in the comments below and then we'll get started. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I love two franchises, and it's really hard to decide which one I love more. But the one that I am currently collecting every single different type of game for is Tony Hawk.
Yay!
So I do own every single Tony Hawk game, and now I'm just making my way through the different variants for the different consoles. So of course, the first box that I'm going to unpack is going to be, if I can lift it, this big one here that's labelled Tony Hawk all over. And we're going to go through, see what I have, see what I'm missing, add it to the lists, and then add it to the shelves. Now, you will see that there's plenty of Tony Hawk stuff in basically every single box. A lot of this stuff has been up in my mum's attic for a good few years. Then I moved to London and restarted collecting again. Then I moved to another house and restarted collecting again. So there'll probably be quite a few duplicates in here, but that's why we need to filter them out. I'm not going to get rid of them because I love him, but let's see what we can find. I don't know whether to put this just like on my lap or pick out of it from the floor. There's so many goodies in here, it makes me want to cry. There's stuff in here also that isn't Tony Hawk, so we'll go through that first. First one being Rugrats, so little reptile pop vinyl. So Rugrats was like the first film I went to go see in the cinema, and I went with my older brother and sister, so it became like a big thing. So my sister tends to buy me a lot of Rugrats stuff. So this was my first ever pop vinyl, and I love it. So of course, first Tony Hawk item, the pop vinyl. I don't think Tony Hawk tends to be that sought after. I picked this up on eBay for like $9.99 with free postage. Absolute steal. We've got some leaflets and some goodies from a PR package of Saints Row. They'll just go into a promo drawer somewhere. What else have we got? We've got Mario Kart Wii without the case. I will find the case eventually. Ooh. Now we're gonna get into the Tony Hawk. So, first off, sent to me by my buddy Rads as like a birthday present is Tony Hawk Underground 2 for the Game Boy Advance. I need to get this in a protector really, like I have with Tony Hawk 2. Did I say Tony Hawk Underground 2 for this one? Apologies if I did say Tony Hawk 2. This one is Tony Hawk 2 in beautiful condition. Picked this up from Game Trader again, probably for $9.99. My sealed Tony Hawk for the N-Gage. It's really hard with the light to not get the reflection. Again, this was $9.99 on eBay. You're seeing a pattern here. A lot of my stuff's from eBay. I got Tony Hawk 2 for the Dreamcast. My case is a little bit broken, so I probably do need to get a new one here. But I picked this up from Crazy Funds back in Tooting. We've got Tony Hawk American Skate and then Tony Hawk Motion, both for the DS. Never played either of these games. I need to go around and clean them really with some sticky stuff remover, but lovely games, and they should come in manis. That's another thing that I need to check. Which ones have manis and which ones don't. Mani, we're good. Then we have skateboarding game. This was the other thing. It wasn't, obviously I like the Tony Hawk games, but then I started running out of Tony Hawk games to buy. so I just started buying skateboarding games. So this is Tony Hawk Skateboarding. I picked it up from the gaming market in London. It was only a £5. And then we have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 for the Game Boy Color, and then an unboxed Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I'm pretty sure I got this off Jamie, the modder, on Instagram. The worst of the Tony Hawk franchise games, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5. Bloody awful, still cost me like 30 quid like 5 years after it came out. And it's just terrible. I'm sorry, Tony, but worst one out there. This, on the other hand, when they made the remake, absolute gold dust. This is amazing. It was the best remake I've ever seen of a game. This was like an early birthday present. I think it came out in August. My birthday's mid-September. But of course, picked that up, took a day off work, completed it within a few hours, and just kept going back to it. Love the online feature on it as well. So much fun playing like the graffiti game and just annoying people. We need to do some good sticker jobs on these guys, but we've got Downhill Jam for the Wii, Ride for the Wii. We do have Shred somewhere, which is where this dongle and also the massive skateboard, so ugly, comes into play. We also have the GameCube copies. So we've got Tony Hawk Underground 2 for GameCube, Tony Hawk's Underground 1, Tony Hawk's 4, and Tony Hawk's 3. This was just like a little Amazon Christmas gift for me. Just giving you a backstory on Tony Hawk himself and the games. So cute. We got some guides for Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2. Again, just some cheap eBay pickups. I think there must have been like a 25% off code for World of Books, and I just picked them up on there. This one is a personal favourite. So this is the North America version. Basically, only North American Xbox got this copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X. It has just a few extra levels on it. I'll read it exactly what it's got. It's got 5 exclusive new levels, plus all the levels from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's got enhanced multiplayer, so more than 8 people can link up and 4 players can play on a split screen. It also has a female skateboarder on it. Oh, how the world had changed. But my friend Nintendo Gamer 93 on Instagram went to New York on a holiday and picked this up for me. Absolute angel. And this was the last game that I needed to complete my Tony Hawk game collection, so it's very special to me. We've also got Tony Hawk's Project 8 and Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. Again, more doubles. The exact 2 same games on the PlayStation 2. So apparently the games are different on Gen 2 consoles to Gen 3 consoles. So I'm sure they'll be in here somewhere as well. Another copy of Underground, another copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. So Stephanie Trivia, this was actually my first Tony Hawk game and I was obsessed. I would come home from school and play it all day, every day. I'd have to get like the longest lines. It was just the perfect game for me. I love the soundtrack. It's probably why I just love pop punk and hip hop so much now. The best game, the best. So good. Got it again, but this time in regular rather than platinum. Another copy of Tony Hawk 3, but on PS2. Tony Hawk American Wasteland on PS2. There we go, I told you we had a Shred in there somewhere. We've also got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 for PS1, normal skateboarding for PS1, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 for PS1, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, and another Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, so that we have the normal and the platinum again. What else we got? Ooh. We have the one for PSP for Tony Hawk Underground 2 Remix. Again, complete. eBay pickup, $9.99. And I picked this one up at the last London Gaming Market, but it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, again, for the Game Boy Color? Yes, the Game Boy Color. Again, I need to get a new case for it. Otherwise, in here we have, that's more Saints Row promos. That'll be another day, another $1. Ooh, there's extra stuff in here though. We have a big box, and it's labeled Game Boy Boxed and Carts N64 Loose Japanese, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance SP, and also says Merry Christmas, so you can see that. But let's open it and try not to spill it all. Here you go. Ta-da! So many goodies. So let's start again. Pull out a few. So we got Zelda Ocarina of Time for the English PAL Nintendo 64. Super Smash Bros. For Japanese 64. 007 for PAL 64. We have Kirby 64 for the Japanese. And Pokemon Snap for the Japanese. Now you may be wondering why I have more Japanese carts than I do PAL carts, and it's because I used to speedrun Pokemon Snap on Twitch, and the Japanese one was a bit faster because the text was shorter, so it meant you get through the cut screens a little bit faster. So I had a Japanese Nintendo 64, hence why I bought a lot of Jap carts. When they were a lot cheaper, they used to be like £5 each, now they're more like 10 to 15, but they do the job. Donkey Kong 64, Mario Kart 64. I desperately tried to speedrun Zelda on the 64, so again got a Japanese copy and failed miserably. Turns out I can't do any of the glitches because I just can't get the timing right. It's not meant to be. We got 2 copies because obviously I misplaced one and then had to buy another and then found the other. We got plenty of Game Boy games. We got Super Mario 64 on the Japanese. So these were sent to me by Poketown. I think he was just going through his loft and managed to find a whole load of games. So that's the Star Wars trilogy, Apprentice of the Force, Pokemon Pinball, Mario and Yoshi, Krusty's Fun House. I was obsessed with this as a child, especially in like the arcades. So much fun. The Pokemon trading card game, and my childhood original copy of Pokemon Blue. I don't know if you can hear if I shake it. It's pretty beat up, but does the job. We've also got David O'Leary's Total Soccer 2000. This must have been one of the brothers, but do like football, not football games. A non-cased Donkey Konga. There's more, guys, there's more. Oh, I went to the gaming market and bought a like £10 goodie bag from Ed Hunts. Again, a great YouTuber and Instagrammer who goes around car booties and basically just resells. This was just in one of the goodie bags. It's a really random cart. I don't even know what it's for. Is it for the Master System or the Mega Drive? No, Sega Genesis. And it was John Madden's Football and EA Hockey. It's a bit beaten up, but I did get it in the same box that I got the Super Mario Maker, still sealed for the Wii U, so can't complain. Another copy of Pokemon Pinball. And then these are just like random little carts that I got in a bulk that I bought of DS games and consoles. So we got Super Scribble Naughts and Jewel Quest. Not heard of either, but there they are. And then I think in this one it's Scooby-Doo, if I remember rightly. Yes, Scooby-Doo, Who's Watching You? Just came in like a load of games. We've got a Game Boy Pocket, a very dirty blue Game Boy Pocket, but still in all right condition. Make sure I've no batteries in it so it can't corrode. Lovely. Ooh. Game Boy Advance SP NES edition. God, this is my childhood one again, so it is absolutely battered, ruined, but I love it. It still works, so I can't complain. Almost finished. We've got Rugrats, obviously. The Castle Capers? Don't know. Correct me, whatever. Leave in the, I can't quite say it. Castle Captors. But I picked this up from Swindon HQ, the gaming store down there. And the lovely, lovely owner of the store gave it to me for free after I bought a load of bulk from there, basically. So thank you very much. And then I also picked up the boxed version of the skateboarding game. So originally, like I said, I bought the game from the gaming market for £5. And then on the Facebook group, somebody said that their local store in their arcade in their city centre had loads of games and DVDs for sale. So I just popped on their page and found this. And it's like in pretty good condition. Terrible game, but for £15 all in, I was like, yeah, get in my basket, I'm having you. That's that. We got another Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, the video game. You can tell I'm not wearing my glasses in this video as well because I squint so much. GT Advance, racing game, again from Poketown. And the last game in this box is Mario vs. Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. And then the last thing that's in my box, apart from socks that were holding my games in place, is my baby. Oh, my boxed Japanese Nintendo 64. My mum got me this for my birthday when I must have been, God, like 19 or something. I've still got the text message saved on my phone actually where she says 64 here, and that's all she wrote in the entire message. It is beaten up, but I think that makes it more beautiful. And we mean, like, we still got the baggies. The console is still in beautiful condition. I have the Japanese power pack here, but I just use the English one because it's easier. And just, again, one of the many controllers, but the stick is so nice and it's smoking here. It's a very good stick still. So I love it, I love it, I love it. But yeah, that is box number 1 done. Guys, I shit you not, my leg went like numb whilst I was sat there. Can't even like move it. But I forgot some. We've got extras. We've got Tony Hawk Project 8 on the PSP. And then 2 more. My brother's got me these for my birthday this year, but it's Tony Hawk's 1 and 2 for the Nintendo 64 as well. If it can focus. Wait. There you go. 1 and 2. There you go, some bonus content for you. Bye. I still haven't come up with a name yet for this series, but if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Perfect, if you can. Something like Steph takes game out of boxes. I think one of the girls came up with like unbox, unpack, and unwind, which I quite like. But yeah, just anything like Stephanie, the Gamer Blonde, Games Room, like recommended. Let's go for it. But I'm going to put all these onto my shelf now. I will, of course, put a video after showing what it looks like. And then we're just going to build this room together over the next couple of weeks. And I'm sure I'll have plenty more to add to it soon. And we'll do a big games reveal at the end. But yeah, thank you for checking in. It's been nice to talk to you and get back into the YouTube swing or the Instagram swing, whichever platform I end up using these videos on. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.